Hello friends, I'm sure that at this time of the year you often get asked this question: are you ready for Christmas? Now, what does that mean, being ready for Christmas? Recently I lived an experience which has helped me get ready for Christmas a bit more. And I took up the invitation to visit the Center of Hope, the establishment of the Salvation Army on Main Street, where they welcome and give residence to the homeless, to refugees, and whether it's for a night or two, or even sometimes a longer period, they welcome and serve the people who need God's love. And what also impressed me is that along with giving residence, they also have wraparound services, programs and efforts to help people combat their addictions, drugs and alcohol, to escape the world of sex trafficking, to give the refugees support in normalizing their situation. And so it was to see the attention, personal attention, given to the people streaming through their doors. But what really also touched me is that the officer, Salvation Army officer at the end said, and we do this all because of Jesus, because of his mission, his call, his presence among us. That's why we do all this. And I was really touched with that profession of faith, so allied to concrete love. We know in our world there's a lot of needs. Food banks in Canada are just seeing ever greater numbers of people coming. These days, I'm told the greater number of their clients are women, often single women with their children, and that need is there. We hear it, we see it, and seeing it, I believe, is part of getting ready for Christmas. Now, it's not just those who are really in difficult social situations, but we know also that in our families, in our relationships, we'll be gathering at Christmas, and it's a time for joy. But if we're attentive, we hear where there are struggles in the lives of the elderly, or the lives of the poor, of the young starting out in life. We hear that, we see that. And so with all that in mind, I think getting ready for Christmas is choosing to see the face of Christ in each and every person, and especially those who are most needy of Christ's love, of God's love at this moment. Getting ready for Christmas is choosing to see. Because when Jesus came 2,000 and some years ago, he came in a world that knew much suffering, much oppression, in all sorts of ways. And he came in such simplicity, such vulnerability. It was such from the exterior, a quiet event. Some people would even at that time have said a meaningless event. And yet, the Son of God, Jesus, Son of God, comes and embraces our reality as it is, and embraces it such that his light of love and his source of hope given in the faithfulness of God's love for all of us is that seed, that germ, that beginning, and that never-ending source of that which can bring love into this world. And so, getting ready for Christmas, I believe, is praying. Taking the time to pray, to ask for Jesus to come into our lives, our world. Come, Lord Jesus, save us, bring us peace. But it's also saying, and let me see today where that love, that peace, that healing is needed. To see Jesus in the face, the lives of others, and to choose to respond accordingly, generously. There have been many appeals, and continue to be many appeals to your generosity at this Christmas time. Take those up. Take those up as a way of preparing for Christmas, for seeing Jesus in His coming. Take it up also in all that can be done and lived within your families, within your friends. Do that. Come, Lord Jesus, that's our prayer. Help us to see you, Jesus, in one another, and especially those who most need your love and presence at this time. And so to all of you, I wish you a very, very good Christmas, a blessed Christmas, much joy, much peace, much warmth and love lived amongst our families, but also spreading, however we can, a little bit more joy, a little bit more love in our world. As the Salvation Army officer said, because of Jesus. I wish you a very, very blessed Christmas and a good new year, which will be the Jubilee year proclaimed by Pope Francis. To all of you, a blessed Christmas.